What is up guys, Alex here, otherwise known as Clash with Style, and today we have one hell of a war for you guys. This is going to be absolutely incredible. So for those who don't know, this was the Poachers War, titled by of course EYG, and the background behind the story, not going to go too in depth, but basically a well-known YouTuber, used to be in EYG, no longer in EYG. Plenty of TH12 players used to be in EYG, no longer in EYG, and this is basically EYG's revenge against them. So EYG challenged Hail Horror, which is Roar's Wars, his clan, to a, well, not so friendly war. And you can see that they used the clans. EYG used the clan Evil Napkins, and Hail Horror used the clan Social Clan. And I'm not taking sides, but from what I can hear, Roar basically poached these players, and that's why it's called the Poachers War. I've got nothing against him. I wasn't here when all this happened. I'm just going on what other people have said. I've got no hard feelings towards him or any of these people from the clan. But today I am going to be showing some 3-star hits from the EYG side. There was 13 3-star hits in total in this 40v40 war. A lot of really high percent 2-stars, 97, 98, 99% 2-stars as well. So some really close attacks as well. And you can see EYG pulled off the victory. So happy for these guys with a 1-star victory. This came down right to the wire, and we will be showing the winning attack from the EYG side at the end of this video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. We're going to go in and take a look at some of the war stats. You can see EYG, Evil Napkins, did use all of our attacks. Hail Horror missed out on one attack. Shall we name and shame? Why not? Let's go and take a look. Who was it? So Hammer this, missing his attack and potentially costing their clan this war. So you can see 13 3-stars for Evil Napkins, 27 2-stars, and Social Clan just losing out there. One of those attacks turning into a 2-star, meaning Evil Napkins could pick up the victory. You can see Social Clan actually did, Hail Horror, did actually pick up the win on percentage, but we did get that extra star. So we're just going to jump into some of these attacks right now. I have been rambling on for far too long. Let's jump in and start off here with a 3-star attack against, I mean, it's not a max town hall 12. You can see those walls a little bit low, but nonetheless I thought this was a very impressive attack indeed. Carrot Top is going to be going in here with Bow Wee Bat, so you can see those bowlers are going to be in behind a couple of ice golems. Witches going into the wall wrecker is going to be getting out in front on this left hand side. All heroes are going in on that side too. We need to try and hold on to them for as long as we can. And in comes the bat spells. Bat spells going to be going in alongside this push right early on to try and just wreck through this base. Not going to be using it strategically. Free spells however are going to be used in the center. Ice golems also helping to freeze things up. Town hall has already gone down for the first star. Unfortunately, that tornado trap in the center is going to wipe out all of our bats, which was very unfortunate. I believe a witch or some skeletons actually caught the tornado trap, and it meant that all of the bats in the center died, but we still got some pretty good value from them. Queen still is in the center bashing away, only now starting to get hit by defenses. She will use her ability as she gets ever so slightly lower. Eagle is going to get targeted by the Queen and get taken down there. Unfortunately, oh, I thought the Warden might be taken out there, but luckily just clinging on to dear life. Giant bombs going off like nothing else. Those witches on a slither of health just clinging on. No healers are going to bring them back up, and a hell of a lot of this base is remaining. And at this point, Carrot Top was probably thinking this is all over. If that mortar gets one shot on the witches, if any splash damage gets one shot, this giant bomb, or the bomb tower bomb, excuse me, from the bomb tower could have wiped them out, but still didn't catch them. The Queen's ability getting huge value there, able to rip through a lot of these defenses. The mortar now onto the Queen, still not on those witches, which is perfect for us. The Queen does fall there, and we need to make sure that mortar does not hit our witches. If it does even get one shot, this is going to be game over. 30 seconds left. The witches closing in on these defenses at the end here. The mortar is going to not get that shot off. And at this point, Carrot Top was praying that he could get through this wizard tower, and they are going to manage to get the job done. One spring trap is going to catch a witch there, but they will be able to absolutely wipe through this archer tower. Let's just pray there's not a giant bomb in that last bit. Another spring trap goes off, but these witches will be able to get the job done here. And this certainly came down to the wire. Those witches on such low health. This could have really gone any way at all, but nonetheless a very strong 3-star there from Carrot Top to start off this video. Let's go and take a look at another one. So we are now going to be taking a look at Philip's attack here, going in with the famous P.E.K.K.A. Bow Bat. This is very popular strategy at Town Hall 12, and there is good reason for that. It is very, very strong if executed correctly. So Philip is going to be starting off with a wizard on that top side. Everything out of range, which is perfect. That wizard is going to get some really good value, wiping out 3 of those buildings without even getting one hit off. That healer is going to keep that P.E.K.K.A. up on the bottom side for as long as it can. Wallwrecker now going to be pushing in from this right hand side. P.E.K.K.A.'s in beside it. King, Queen down, Warden down, and the bowlers will be coming in here soon. Healers are now in to keep those P.E.K.K.A.s alive. We need to make sure they stay up as our meat shields. The bowlers we do not want targeted by anything, especially that Eagle artillery. So we are now pushing into the centre. That multi-target Inferno doing quite a bit of work. Out comes the Clan Castle troops, Ice Golem and a couple of witches in there. Will hold up our troops for a little bit. The Ice Golem, when it pops right there, will freeze everything up, and it will allow these the defences to start ripping through the P.E.K.K.A.s, as the healers will not be able to heal. But that is gone down now, that is worn off, and we can continue pushing on through this base. The healers doing a fantastic job here, keeping those bowlers and the P.E.K.K.A.s alive. Warden's ability, of course, used through that Giga Bomb from the Town Hall. We definitely do not want that catching our bowlers, as this would spell disaster. Jump spell is going to give us access into a lot of these other compartments, and the bats are in. Excuse me, I completely missed them. Sorry for that. Bats are in on this top side, so keep an eye on them ripping through these buildings. Luckily they come down onto that single target Inferno just as it's targeting the Queen. Oh, her ability just used in time there at the last second. Free spells are going to be going down on that wizard tower, but unfortunately a few of the bats have already been caught, so not getting quite as much value out of them as Philip would have liked. But he did rip through all of this top side of the base. We have a baby dragon as well as a wizard cleaning up on the top. The healers now moving on to the Queen to act as a queen walk to finish off on this left hand side. The Barbarian King, excuse me, his ability is still in hand, which is huge. And actually the last building, which I didn't notice, is this gold storage at the top of the base, which we will speed up to finish off there. Philip did use that King's ability, but pretty much could have swagged it. Giant Bomb is going to go off at the end, but not enough to stop Philip 3-starring here. Well done to him on this one. Let's go and take a look at an air-based attack right now. We now have Chris going in here with Frozen Dragon, it looks like. So bringing a hell of a lot of free spells there. 9 free spells and 2 rage spells. Going to be bringing a lot of dragons in too, and going to be starting off suing those heroes. Suicide heroes can be one of the best strategies if you can get good value from it, and we need this Queen to get as much value as possible. She's going to push up to that top side, and that is definitely not what Chris would have wanted. He would have wanted that Queen to continue wandering down and hopefully take care of this air defense. But nonetheless, let's see what he does. That King has wandered all the way around to that right hand side. The funnel has definitely been set, and we have managed to get rid of 1 air defense, which is very handy indeed. An E-Drag as well as a dragon going to be going in from this top side, getting huge value. A bit of a flaw in that base design for sure. King and Queen and then the E-Drag on this top side have already taken out like 50% of this base, which is huge. King is gonna fall right there on the bottom side. Look how much value he got, and everything else is now in, pushing towards that Town Hall. Warden's ability will be used right there through the Giga Bomb. As always, we definitely do not want that to catch our dragons. Freeze is going to go down on the Eagle artillery just to slow that down. We definitely don't want it raining down fire from the skies every few seconds. The the clan castle troops did come out and it looked like it was just a baby dragon, so I'm guessing there was also a lava hound there, which will not come out as we are going in with the air-based attack. Freeze spells are going to be going down on these multi-target infernos. We definitely do not want them locking onto our dragons for too long. Another freeze spell goes down, luckily catches the multi-target inferno as well as that air defense there on the bottom section. Great placement there. Unfortunately the next one not such good placement, gonna just miss out on that air defense. But we have a couple of dragons here and all those balloons out from the Stone Slammer. Freeze spell is going to go down there, and this should allow these troops that are still up to push through these last couple of defenses. 3 dragons up, as well as the warden, and all those balloons should easily rip through that wizard tower. They do indeed, and the barbarian king isn't even going to be taken down unless those balloons manage to take him down before this raid ends. No, the enemy king remains up, and Chris is easily able to pull off a 3-star here. Those dragons getting great value as long as Chris could keep those free spells on the high hit point structures. So those multi-target infernos, the eagle artillery, keeping them under freeze meant that these dragons could rip through the base. So well done to Chris on that one. Let's go and take a look at, I believe, another air-based attack. BK6809 is going to be going in here with Dragbat, another very popular air-based attack strategy. Let's see what BK is going to do in this one. So going to start off with a P.E.K.K.A on this bottom left hand side, as well as the king up just above, and the queen is going to be pushing in from this left hand side. Jump spell is going to give access into that town hall compartment and 2 of those air defenses. Unfortunately, that king on the bottom side is going to take care of our P.E.K.K.A that was doing some work down there. The queen should be able to take care of him though, getting a few shots off before he even realizes that she is there. One of those air defenses has already fallen to the king, which is perfect. The queen is now going to continue pushing on through. She's going to take care of that air defense there and the town hall, so getting massive value from suing these heroes. We did have to use one spell. We did of course have to use that jump spell, but it certainly was worth it, and at this point BK was already probably pretty happy with how things were going. Going to be getting a few loons out in front just to test for any mines, and then the dragon's going to be coming in from behind. Stone Slammer is also going to be going in with this group, and E-Drag all by itself is going to be going in on that right hand side to get some value. If it is in with these dragons, usually it doesn't get any chain lightning because the dragons take out the buildings before it even gets a chance. Bat Bomb coming in on this top side. We need the free spell. Oh, very late on that free spell there from BK, but luckily the bat's still able to get the job done, taking down the multi-target inferno as well as 2 air defenses, which is huge. These dragons haven't even came in contact with any air defenses at all. The hero's taking care of 2 and the bat's taking care of the other 2, and at this point BK knew it was in his pocket. Very easy for him to rip through the rest of this base. That Tesla farm on this right hand side will not be able to stop these dragons. The only thing that may cause some issues is if about 10 or so Seeking air mines suddenly popped out of the ground, which will be highly unlikely. These dragons will easily be able to rip through this wizard tower and then push up and help finish off cleaning up this base. A huge 3-star there for BK. Very impressive, and a big flaw in the base design, having 2 air defenses clumped together next to the town hall, easy access, and then 2 air defenses right next to a multi-target inferno, easy access for the bats. So well done BK on that one. Very impressive indeed. Let's go and take a look at a ground attack right now. Viper Strikes is going to be going in here with a P.E.K.K.A Bobat. So actually going to be starting off here with a bit of a queen charge. Queen is going to be going in from the right hand side. We also have a P.E.K.K.A and a wizard cleaning up some of these buildings, some of these structures down on this right hand side, just to make sure the queen goes where Viper wants her to. Now we're going to be getting the rest of our troops in. Of course Viper will not mind if those healers switch targets onto the bowlers or the P.E.K.K.As, as long as they get value into the center compartment. Now the queen is going to go down, the enemy queen. P.E.K.K.As P.E.K.K.A.s are pushing into these channels. The wall wrecker hopefully should be able to continue pushing on through. Out comes the clan castle, which will hold up our troops for some time. We also have the bats coming in here, and all of those multi-target inferno beams are being used up on the troops there, so the bat's able to get through that without even getting hit. So that means we can swag a freeze spell and use it further in the base, which is exactly what Viper is going to do there. The bats are going to unfortunately get onto that town hall, which will hold them up and then absolutely rip through them. We should be able to get through that wizard tower actually on this. Nope, never mind. Spoke too soon. The wizard tower is going to rip through those bats, and at this point we are looking, we're looking okay. Quite a few of the troops are already falling. Most of the bowlers are down, and as always with the P.E.K.K.A bat, you'll have a lot of P.E.K.K.As left up at the end, and usually the heroes which can clean up the base. Most of the bowlers do the early work through the base, taking down quite a few of the key defenses, eagle artillery and whatnot, and then the P.E.K.K.As will help clean up here. The Tesla farm on this top side may cause a few issues, and they are going to easily rip through that P.E.K.K.A right there. Queen is going to be in behind this ice golem, which is perfect because when it pops right there, it will freeze up all of these defenses and give these troops in that area an easy job of cleaning up those buildings. The multi-target inferno on this top side may cause some issues, however, as these troops will not be able to target it until they rip through a wall, so they're going to wander all the way around. The warden will be the only thing that can jump over the wall, but of course he will not hit it. I completely take that back. The warden is going to hit it right there, but he is going to take that down. The P.E.K.K.As and every other troop is going to keep wandering around this base. A couple of P.E.K.K.As actually splitting off from the pack is going to break through the wall there, luckily getting onto that multi-target inferno before it can do any more damage. The king probably would have been able to do the job himself. He was still over half health, which is perfect. The queen unfortunately did fall, which meant we're going to have to bash through some walls here to get onto that wizard tower, but the P.E.K.K.As will be able to get the job done right there for Viper. So another very impressive 3-star attack. P.E.K.K.A bat, one of the strongest attack strategies for sure in the game at the moment. Let's go and take a look at, I believe, another P.E.K.K.A attack. B Money is going to be going in here with quite a variation of troops. Going to be going in here with 4 earthquake spells. I love seeing those just tear through the walls, weakening quite a lot of these important structures in the base, getting some on the eagle and then on these 3 expos right here, as well as doing some damage to some other structures in that area. Jump spell is going to be giving access into all of these compartments, and we are now able to gain access into pretty much the whole base because of those earthquake spells. Eagle is already going to be raining down fire. We are hardly even started right here. The troops are going to continue pushing on through, and it looks like unfortunately quite a large group of those bowlers are going to be pushing off to that left hand side. Warden's ability used nice and early to make sure we keep these troops up for as long as possible, but it already looks like a lot of our bowlers have unfortunately fallen, not getting as much value as B Money definitely would have wanted to get. The healers doing a great job, however, at keeping those P.E.K.K.As up. That Expo, excuse me, did quite a lot of work onto the Grand Warden, so we cannot afford any hits onto him. The Town Hall is now active. We are sitting on 40%, so something must have hit it. The Queen is going to get that Town Hall down with the use of her ability. P.E.K.K.A's doing a great job on this right hand side, and in comes the MVP of this attack. That Stone Slammer single-handedly pretty much wins this attack for B Money, so keep an eye on it. That air defense, unfortunately, on the bottom side is going to do quite a lot of work onto these healers and probably take down the majority of them before the P.E.K.K.As can rip through that wall. So only 2 healers on this right hand side. The Stone Slammer doing a huge amount of work on this top side, excuse me. B Money saving a rage spell for use onto those loons to push through these remaining buildings, and we take out the last defensive structure right there. Oh no, right there, excuse me, that archer tower. God, these attacks are too exciting. I'm getting all my words jumbled up. But with the amount of P.E.K.K.As still up, this should be pretty easy. God, there's actually an air defense down on this bottom section. It was not even the last structure. They are going to go down right there. We have a couple of goblins helping clean up right there. I love seeing the use of the goblins. They don't really get too much love. Some people use full goblin armies to clean up or to farm, but you rarely see them in war attacks. So it's good to see them getting a little bit of use here and there to clean up at least. And B Money pulling in a huge 3-star attack against their number 2 player. Get to that chopper. And the last attack of this video, we're going to be taking a look at it now, was the winning hit for EYG. So let's go and take a look at it right now. Juice Box was the person that did it for EYG. They pulled in the 3-star attack, which meant they won the war by that 1 star. Very, very impressive indeed. And let's take a look at how they do it. So it looks like a Pee-wee bow attack, going to be bringing 2 jump spells right here. Just as I start recording, obviously, a police car going to be going on past. And this warden is going to get some huge value on this bottom side with the help of that baby dragon under rage. Nothing can hit on it, so it's going to get really good value on that left hand side, keeping the warden going where Juicebox would have wanted it to go. We're going to keep pushing on through here. Unfortunate thing about the warden walks is it takes such a long time. We're nearly a minute into this attack already, and we're only on 15%. The warden's so slow, not doing that much damage on each one of those hits. That's the difference between him and the queen. The queen can rip through these structures really quickly at level 65. But the warden going to be doing a great job down there on that bottom section. The wall wrecker now going to be coming in here with the help of a couple of giants to tank, and then the rest of the troops are going to be pushing in from this right hand side. Unfortunately, the eagle artillery is already activated and is going to get onto our king, doing quite a lot of damage. His ability is going to have to be used nice and early on this right hand side, and we really need these troops to push into that ego compartment as quickly as we can get them. The warden has now combined with the main core of this push. So many bowlers in there are going to be kept up by these healers, but they are going to be stuck on a wall right there. The wall wrecker unfortunately goes down, and we are only about halfway through this base right here, only 50%. We do have a couple of jump spells left up, which are going to be used there to gain access into that town hall compartment. The lava hound from the clan castle is not going to cause us too many issues at all. My English is all over the place. Why can I not commentate today? These attacks just far too exciting for me to contain myself. The warden's ability going to be used right there. Was it too early? Is that gigabomb going to catch? Yes. So it looks like that gigabomb did catch those pekkas, unfortunately. But luckily, the healers were way out of range, and they will stay up, which means they will keep these troops remaining up on full health for us. The queen's ability used there on this left hand side. Not too many defenses in there, so she should be able to get really good value. That one loon going to come in, do a little bit of work on the archer tower right there. The healers going to be doing their best job to keep all these troops up on full health. And in typical fashion, just as this raid is finishing, the lava hound pops. So the troops now have the lava pups to deal with, but we only have a few structures left up, and the majority of these troops are going to be ground targeting troops, so we shouldn't have any real issues with these lava pups. The last building goes down. That army camp on the left hand side swags a poison spell in the middle right there, just to add insult to injury. And my god, these attacks were just insane. I struggled to commentate through them because I was just so excited for the EYG clans. The EYG guys, excuse me. I knew what this meant to them. I knew how much they wanted revenge, and this was a huge war. And I'm really proud of the community. It was a huge team effort. Every single one of our attacks went in. Every single attack was planned out, and those 13 3-stars were absolutely huge, and they brought us the victory. So well done to all those guys that got the 3-stars. Even the guys that didn't get the 3-stars, you guys took part. Plenty of 2-stars in there as well. Some unfortunate, like I said at the start, high percent 2-stars. And before we finish this video, I just want to say there is another EYG media creator, another YouTuber called Axes, that is going to be covering some content from this Poachers War. So make sure you go down in the description, click on her channel and check out some of her content. She will, like I said, be having some of the other 3-stars from this war on her channel. So if you don't want to miss any of the amazing 3-stars from EYG in this Poachers War, make sure you head over to her channel, which is in the description. And yeah, thank you for watching, guys. This was an absolute pleasure to record this video. I've been rambling on for most of it. My English has been all over the place. I cannot even talk. But you guys have managed to stick through to the end, so I really appreciate that. If you could drop a like, that would be huge. Leave a comment too. Which one of these 7 attacks was your favorite? For me, It was definitely that drag bat attack where they managed to get the 2 air defenses with the Sui heroes, and then they took out the other 2 with the bats. That was just really, really great planning and well executed attack. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video, whenever that might be. Peace.